A great situation because you had some adversity. They got punched in the mouth. They're sitting there 14-0. What are they going to do? We find out a little bit more about the team when you see some adversity.
Let's see if we can connect with our friend Garry Cobb and talk to our friend here. Connection issues, huh? We're all good here now?
Yeah, I think we're good now. I think I found out maybe what it was.
All right, Garry, let's restart this here and go. Yeah. Your thoughts so far. Let's start with the Jags game. What'd you take away from the 29-21 victory?
A great situation because you had some adversity. They got punched in the mouth. They're sitting there 14-0. What are they going to do? We find out a little bit more about the team when you see some adversity in that situation. And then you lose a couple of your starters. The big guy, Jordan Mailata, he can't go. So you got to put one of the other kids in there. And how does he play? He stepped up. He did his job. You did also, you lost your right guard later on in the game. You got Slays out. These are things which happen during the game. You can't predict it, but it happened. And then how do they respond? Also, you see Jalen again. Everything is things are not working well. Drop back, you're in a position to score. Everybody's covered. He did his Houdini act again and got the ball into the end zone. You find out some of the character. And is this team the kind of team that will fight when things are, not going well? And, they passed the test. They passed that test, in that particular situation against a team which, you got to realize, the quarterback, he lost the game for them. He's now holding on to the ball. You got to put two hands on that ball if you're standing in a crowd. Come on. You got big, strong men around you. You can't hold the ball with one hand on a rainy day like that. So they took advantage of it, though, and they went after the ball. They got the ball out. That's really what turned the game, is those turnovers. You can't turn the ball over 5 times and expect to win in the National Football League, even if you're dominating the other team. And the Eagles stepped up. They utilized their running game, and they ran the ball on a team that supposedly couldn't get the ball run on them. They figured it out. And they were able to come back and win that football game. But it was a good test of the character of the team, Will you fight when you're down? It's like, in a heavyweight championship match or any type of a boxing match where you go in there and you get hit. What did you do after you get hit? Meaning it's a good shot and you're dazed a little bit. Are you going to be smart enough to grab them, hold on, make it to the next round, get your head cleared? Can you do that? Or are you the kind that's going to go in there and start swinging and missing, and then you're going to get knocked out? Are you going to be smart? What do you do when it's like a fire alarm? Something's burning. You got to get control of yourself. What do we do when we get hit? And they passed the test. And really, right now, you look at this team, they passed quite a few tests, but it's still very, very early.
Garry, the one thing that I really dig about it is they've won it in 4 different styles. See, and this, Garry, those weather games, you're not making an evaluation on catches and completed passes. You just want to get the hell out of those games with a W. And like you said, they got down 14. They were calm. They were cool. They did everything they needed to do. But I think the things that I take away from the first 4 games is that they've won it in 4 different styles. Is that fair?
That's my point. Is you've had, look at all different aspects of the team have shown that when they're needed to, they can be dominant. They dominated against Washington. The defensive line took over the game. Come on, who's gonna win? You get your quarterback sacked 9 times. You might as well get on the bus and get out of town. You're not winning that game. And they took over the game. We saw A.J. Brown take over the first game. The defense didn't play well. You give up 35 points. You're not supposed to win. Well, the offense dominated, and A.J. Brown specifically, and really Jalen, because Jalen cut their hearts out. Every time, they got a free guy coming loose, he gives the guy a move, runs away from him, and runs for 25 yards. Those are backbreakers for a defense. So in that first game, that's what happened in the first game. So it was Jalen and A.J. Brown that really led to the victory because the defense didn't play well, gave up 35 points. In the next game, who we got next? We played the Lions.
It was Minnesota.
Then you have Minnesota. Minnesota come in, supposed to be a good game. The defensive backfield, I mean, Darius Slay, he locks down this
Justin Jefferson.
Supposed to be the best receiver in football. He put the handcuffs on him and told him, like, sit here, son. You're not catching any balls today. Come on. Darius could have had 4 or 5 picks. He really dominated the game. So you saw them with the secondary, and the Eagles have a very good secondary. I mean, they have got, because,
the kid Marcus Epps is playing his ass off.
Yeah, he's playing great football. You got Bradbury. Look at the play Bradbury made yesterday. That was huge. That pick when they were down there by the goal line, getting ready to score. And you got a guy who he's not a guy who, wow, we're just in here thinking he's a good player. Guy's been a Pro Bowl player. He's a top level player. So you got a secondary that could win a game for you. They can take over a game for you. So you've had that. You've had the offense with the wide receivers, the quarterback. You got one of the best offensive lines in the league. You saw your defensive line dominate a game. All the different aspects of a team, other than the special teams, we've seen them dominate. And even yesterday, Miles Sanders, kid has got as much talent as anybody. Just his confidence has to come up. You got to be able to hang on to that ball. And we saw him on display yesterday. So they really have a tremendously talented team. But you got to do it, and you got to have that dog in you, as they say, where you're going to go in there and you grip off on something. You're just going to dog on. We're not losing this game. We're going to win this game. And they showed some of that. But you got to have that very, very strongly, man, where you can play with all the pressure on and make plays. We're going to find that out about them. But they've got the potential to really be – they can have a great year, really.
How about the production that you're seeing now out of Miles Sanders, Gary? He's on pace for 1,500 yards, 5 yards a carry, and boy, I'll tell you something, man. He has been a factor on that football team. I think we're froze again here. Hopefully we're able to connect there again. Got a boatload of questions. I want to get his thoughts on Hassan Reddick also. Let's see how about the way that Miles Sanders has played? He's on pace, Gary, for 1,500 yards this year.
Well, if he can stay healthy, he's had problems staying healthy. The kid is a talented back. I mean, he is fast. He's got good size. He runs over people. He can make moves. He's got good vision. He just got to do it consistently. Let's see if you can do that consistently. And he's got a lot out of yesterday. Been feeding him. And I like the fact that they're saying, hey, you're our guy. We're going to give you a chance. We want you to show us what you can do. And you can see he got a lot out of yesterday. After the game, you can see, kid, that was a confidence booster for him. Dude, do your job, man. The kid's got a lot of money riding on this season.
Oh, he does. Gary, he's not the only one. Check this out. I wrote these names down. Bradbury, TJ Edwards.
That's right.
Fletcher Cox.
Yep.
Hardgrave, Isaac Seumalo, Miles Sanders, CJ are all on 1-year deals, or they're free agents at the end of the deal. Yeah. I mean, boy, I'll tell you something. As great as Howie's done, and there's no question putting this team together, there's a lot of decisions to be made, not just with the 4-0 start. Yeah. There's a lot of hungry guys out there right now. Maybe that's another reason you're getting great performances.
And they got a sober team where, look, the guys are just not talking to be talking. They got to seem like a lot of level-headed guys. And I think they got tremendous potential. Of course, you got to go out there and you got to do it. But these guys got a lot on the line. And going in the locker room, I see, these guys, these are not young kids who don't know what they're doing. They got some sober, older veterans in there. And you got guys that are.
It's just been a tough connection today here, man. Hopefully there he is coming back here. Hey, man, we're going to keep this bad puppy rolling. Keep going. Good, Gary. Finish. Oh. You there, Gary? No. All right. Let's. There you go. No, I got you. Go ahead.
Well, so, what I have to say about all these different aspects of the team, they've shown they can win in varied ways. They've got the talent there. They're one of the most talented teams in the league. And now they just got to continue to week in and week out. They're getting tested. Yesterday was very good for them. It's good for them to go through that situation. And they passed the test. They pass. So
okay, I got to throw this out there because everybody's busting my stones because I'm not a fan of Hassan Reddick. He got off the bus for the first time. I mean, he was a factor. That may be the best game I've ever seen him play, Gary. Your thoughts on him for the first 4 weeks?
The thing I like about him is he does something which, times I'll be standing over on the side or whatever, and I'm yelling, man, go after the ball. Go after. Because of a quarterback, you go in there and the quarterback's got the ball in your face. That ball is more important than that quarterback. So some guys will go in, and I've seen guys celebrating, and the ball is loose. And they're getting ready to go into their sack dance. Dude, the ball is loose. The thing I got to give him credit for is he goes after the football. He's already got 3 times where he's got a strip sack. And, getting that ball and forcing the turnover, you force a few turnovers, you're going to win the game. I mean, the stats in the NFL. So I like it that he's doing that. It seems like he's gaining more, he works hard. I always see him working hard. But he's coming around that corner, and he's utilizing his strength and his speed, and he's getting underneath these guys, and he's doing the job. So hopefully they can keep it up, man. But I love what I saw of him yesterday.